My name's Mark from Beatties Collision Repair Centre up in Gore. We're a panel collision painters, specialising in the insurance market and commercial sort of things really. So that's why we decided to go with our name of our lead management thing moving forward. Basically our vision is to be recognised as one of the market leaders in the collision repair industry throughout the whole country. Just something you sort of strive for really, to empower the team and to achieve this as well, to get the guys on board and have everyone on the same wavelength, and to keep ahead of the constantly changing insurance market, which is a big thing for us. As we all know, insurance companies like to change things to suit them, basically. They seem to be on the winning side of things all the time. Reasons for change, we needed a more consistent workflow. We had a good flow anyway, but we just needed to be more consistent. Staff communication, people are always getting upset with things, losing things not working out right, things not going in the right order. Better organisation skills is just the straight everything really, from the office right through the workshop. Customer service is a big thing, as we all know. Customers are the main thing. If we haven't got customers, we can't do anything. Financial gains, of course, same thing. And sustainability is just to keep going. That's our team. We were going to put a picture of just the lead management team, but we thought everyone's going to involve. We want everyone on board, and to be honest, they've all been really positive. We said, we had the same problem as everyone else. We thought the older guys weren't going to take it on, but they've been the guys that have been pushed it the most, to be honest. They sort of realised what it's like in other environments, and they've decided that this is the way they want to go. The hardest thing's going to be the younger guys, to be honest. They know they're starting straight off on that, so they think there's nothing else, They sort of hadn't experienced their stuff below it, which is going to be the hardest thing. So that was our original process chart. We are the same. We had a lot of processes broken down, so we went from that and we decided to break it up into that basically. We lumped together our repair side of things and the paint side of things, because we do that anyway. That's the core of our business, so we just had to sort the rest of it out. This is our red tag, so I've got a few photos. Clint said to put a few on, so my boy is a bit. This is our red tag area. We did have a lot more on there, but Simon, being overzealous before we went on holiday, decided to have a clean out. We walked out of the office and everything was gone. We sort of were a bit deflated that he'd got rid of all our rubbish. Just a few before and after photos, but we had showed about. To be honest, we had a good workshop in our 5S area anyway. But there's always room for improvement. There's always tools missing, people running around looking for things. Our area that we kept all our tools and stuff in was out behind the office. It was good 30 or 40 metres for guys to go and pick up tools to get the materials and things like that. So we sort of got all the shadow boards all sorted in the cleaning areas. Got rid of the cupboards and everything, all the tools and everything. Got brackets made up, everything's hanging on the brackets, all the metal brackets. Even all the materials and stuff are all out there. Everyone can see it, they're right there. It's no more, it's only a 10-metre walk for them to get anything now. It's less cluttered, even though it doesn't look too cluttered up the top one. It's just, things are just a bit more smoother. And again, getting rid of the shelves and stuff like that, it's just tidied the whole place up, and everyone knows where to go. Another one is, this was our parts area out the back where all the incoming parts were going. We had a lot of trouble with parts getting lost, parts getting misplaced, getting another part, and then 4 weeks later that part turns up again. So we've made some racks up with these bins, and all the jobs get put on there, and when those parts all come in, they're loaded straight into those bins. The guys come straight out there straight away, and they sort of know where they are. These are our 5S boards. We've got a lot of areas at work, but we just decided to have just concentrate on 3 areas. One board covering the panel side of things, one board covering the paint side of things, and another one for the office, which I think is probably going to be the biggest area to sort out anyway. This is our offy pillars. Just running through them, I think, yeah. And it's been good too, because already I've been writing all the milestones out. We're already thinking that there's something else we can change in those. There's another step we can put in there, or there's a step we can take away. So all the guys are chomping at the bit to know what this is about. We haven't actually informed them yet. Like, they see it all there. So we just got to get all this sorted and get them in and explain it all to them. There's our health and safety one. Some other initiatives we had, we've got name tags. We sort of, even on the shadow boards, we steal plates made up. All the guys have got magnetic name tags, have got the different colours and different and their initials on it. So when they've taken a tool away or an equipment, they put their magnetic tag on it. Everyone knows where it is. And if someone else needs that tool, they know exactly where to go. And this is another one. We get a lot of sublet work on our vehicles, electrical, air conditioning, wheel alignments and things. A lot of those were getting missed. We get to the end of a job, put together, and would say, is that wheel alignment done or something? It's like, no, it hasn't. The car's due to go out in half an hour. So these are magnetic ones that, so as soon as the car comes in, there's a job sheet put on the vehicle that the guys know what's happening on the vehicle. These magnetic tags are put on there, and once that sublet's done, it's stuck back up on the board, which is just another way, an idea that the guys have come up with just through the whole lean management course, really. Challenges have been getting the whole team on board. It's sort of been difficult because the guys sort of didn't really understand what was going on. They thought we were just coming down here every 6 weeks to have morning tea and lunch, I think. It wasn't until the guys actually come to the 5 years courses that it sort of started sinking into them, and it sort of made them realise that this is a positive thing. And then, it's been hard to hold them back now, and saying that they've gone not only in our 5 years area from the panel shop, everything's been pretty much sorted in the paint shop as well, so we're getting right through it already. Just the time committing staff, the same as everyone really. It's just a big outlay, but Simon's been real positive on that sort of things, that he knows what it's leading to, so it hasn't been as big a deal as it could have been. The change in the mindset, like I say, hasn't been as bad as we thought it was going to be. Like we say, we thought there was going to be the big major one. And one of the other ones was realising we weren't as good as we know we can be. Like I said, we thought we were good, but there's always that room for improvement. Immediate benefits straight away is it's just becoming more efficient. The work areas are cleaner, the guys are taking more pride in their workstations and everything, and getting cleaned up already. Designated areas, like I said about the parts bins, we're not less parts and materials getting lost or misplaced. And the guys are just, like I said, more positive, and they, even Clint noticed the other day when he was there, just the guys were proud, especially when he gave us the total of the 5 years audit. They were just happy and real wrapped, and the consistency in workflow's better already, just because of all these other issues are being sorted. Well, so the biggest lesson for us was that we knew we were good at the panel beating side of things. We thought we had processes, but we didn't really have processes. This has just highlighted to us what we needed to do to just keep improving and just to keep moving into the future. So that leads us on to this one, to keep growing and moving forward. Just using all the tools, to keep using them as well, not just letting them slide by now that we've finished the course. The meetings are going to be a big thing, and just to keep the guys positive and on board. Final comments, it has been an amazing journey. Like I say, we thought we were pretty sorted on it until all this paperwork sort of things started coming out, and we had to start doing homework and carry on. I think a few of us boys have learned a few things that computers can do that we didn't realise they could. Thanks to Clint. It's been real good actually. Like I said, it's been hard work, but I think it's been a real positive experience for everyone. Scotty and Venture Southland, thanks very much for the opportunity. It's much appreciated, and like I said, if anyone else asks, it's a positive thing to do. We'd be more than happy to recommend them on a course like this. It's been amazing. And just to finish off, good luck to everyone else. And like I say, our door's always open if guys want to come in and have a look. We're only a phone call away, it's no big deal. We're quite happy to have guys in and just show them what it's about. Thanks.
Ooh, thank you. Thank you, Mark. And show them you will. From good to great. That's a comment for Beatties. They were a good slick outfit when I first went to see them 6 months ago. They are fast evolving to what we call a great organisation. One of the aspects of the Lean program, as you all know, is 5S, and part of the 5S they learn how to do audits. It's a very structured auditing process, and some of you would have seen audit scores. Well, most of the organisations, apart from Beatties, on day one, we're auditing at about 10 to 15 out of a possible 120. 120 would be world class. The most organised, efficient factory on earth, the Ferrari factory, would be up around the 110 to 120. Japanese automotive standard, we set 90 to 100 on this audit. I'll say it again, most of the organizations, bar Beatties, their work environments were sitting at between 10 and 15. I'm pleased to say that Beatties, I did the official audit on Tuesday, and they scored 83 at the end of their pilot, 83. The second highest in all my work with hundreds of organizations at the end of a 3-month pilot. 83 is where you start demonstrating Japanese automotive standards, where workplaces look more like supermarkets. That's what you'll see when you go to Beatties, and I've strongly suggested the first visit around about November. So to you guys, really well done. Also taking on board the knowledge and applying some of those visual management systems that you've seen. A big part of 5S and this whole program is what we call visual management, where we manage workplaces through visual controls rather than verbal controls. And one of the sad, I think, traditions in New Zealand and the West is we rely on verbal communication. It's weak, it's inefficient, and it's prone to poor quality. This is all about visual communication. For example, those magnetic tags that you put on the car. Don't tell someone he's going to have to do a wheel alignment on that vehicle. When my wife tells me to do something, it goes out the other ear. Show it. Stick it on the vehicle. They ain't going to miss it. That's what this is all about. Yeah, she needs to stick instructions on my head, yeah.